to normal. So let's just look at an interview with a very high Israeli official to see what the status quo is.
Did that surprise you? You're the kind of top guy in vaccines in Israel. Did you expect the vaccines to be better at preventing transmission than they were?
So we did believe at that time that vaccines can prevent also transmission. And the data was also in that sense. So what we believe is that vaccines can prevent transmission perhaps shortly after administered, but not over a long period of time. And therefore, yes, we were surprised to discover at the end of the day that no, the vaccines are not protecting us. They are not causing what we call sterilizing immunity.
Are you now of the view that vaccine passports should be got rid of, phased out, because they're no longer relevant in the Omicron era?
I tend to think so. And that's also something else. This is, we have to look at the future. We need better vaccines to prevent transmission.
You expect it to be cancelled entirely soon?
I believe so. You have also to understand that the Green Pass is not necessarily, and that's not a secret, it's not necessarily to prevent transmission. It's also to encourage people to get vaccinated, okay? And I don't want to touch upon the political aspects of the Green Pass, but this is a reality. A lot of our knowledge on epidemiological knowledge, immunological knowledge, has shown that the more the population is exposed to a pathogen, the more it becomes resistant because your immune system learns about. But there is a price to pay.
There's a term for that, isn't there, that people used to use?
Herd immunity.
Ah, there it is.
If you mix politics and immunology or health sciences, at the end of the day, you get politics.
SARS-CoV-13 or COVID-23, when the next one hits, what would you do differently? Would you, if you're advising the government in Israel, would you be more cautious about suddenly going to lockdowns and transport things? You would. So explain that to me.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think that one of the and this is what also Israel is showing right now. Okay, that we almost have no measures. Put aside, the Green Pass. We have no lockdown. Everything's open. Bar, restaurants. We have no. People will behave accordingly. You have people that are vulnerable that say, okay, I won't go out. I prefer not to get out. So I think that we have learned. There is one mistake I think that we made, and that I'm extremely sorry for that. We have made a few mistakes, but again, is education. For me, education was a thing we shouldn't have touched. Never.
No school closures, no sending universities home. Does that mean then that everyone should make it a personal choice whether they want to take the vaccine to protect themselves or not? In which case, should we stop this sort of culture war against so-called anti-vaxxers, people who don't want, for whatever reason, to take the vaccine? It feels like it's become an obsession, and they are now the sort of scapegoats. They're the evil people of society. Should we just, now that Omicron is here, leave them alone?
I think that vaccination is a personal choice, and I always say that. I believe it is so.
What do you say about that, Martin?
Well, this is not coming from anybody. This is coming from the vaccine chief and advisor to the government.
But as he says, politics supersedes.
I like it the way that he states it. If you mix science and politics, what you get is politics.
Correct.